Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is TokuFan22, and welcome to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. This is actually a collection of the past couple of gameplays that I did. I'm just now finally getting around to posting them online. Anyway, so I have actually been in kind of a RPG mood lately. I've just been kind of hankering to play a couple of good RPG games. I might have a couple more coming around at some point. Still doing a lot of other things, work, school, still trying to fit in as much time as possible to get a lot of things done. One thing before I really begin going into this game, I have to say, please, people, we really need you to help us to get this con off the ground. Of course, I'm talking about Albany, Georgia, Epicon. I kid you not. We've actually had to make a lot of changes, and I will keep you posted on everything that's going on. But it looks like there's going to be a change as far as where it's going to be held at. Originally, it was supposed to be held at the Civic Center, but due to certain circumstances, there's a good chance that it'll be held at the Shriners Hassan Temple in Albany, Georgia again. So it'll most likely be in that building this time around, and hopefully next year we'll be able to actually go back to the Civic Center. But right now things are pretty sketchy, but I will keep you posted. But in the meantime, we really want you to come to this thing. It is close to home for those of you that are in the Georgia area. For those of you that are not in the Georgia area, you're welcome to come as well. You can get your tickets online. You can get your tickets at the website. You can get the tickets at Zion. You can get them in advance at all of these places that I just mentioned. We recently had a few tables at the Albany Mall and the GameStop on Dawson Road, basically trying to get tickets out there. For those of you that might have seen it or possibly know, a certain web crawler was out there trying to help promote Epicon and pass out flyers. So there's that as well. So again, please get your tickets while you can, because we need this. This will be the second one. So again, please, word is being spread right now, but we really need you to help us to keep this con going. We do it right this time, and then we do it better next year. And I really hope that we'll be able to continue to actually have this, because there are plenty of other people that I know that are looking forward to this, and I have people that I already know, like brothers and sisters and friends that I have told about this, that are really looking forward to coming to this thing. So please get your tickets. It's going to be November 5th and 6th. It'll be that first weekend. So please come out. It'll be a nice place to have a good time, enjoy anime, enjoy video games, enjoy comic books, all the type of fantasy stuff that you love. Now, on another note, because I know I haven't gotten into the game yet, but these are kind of important. I have to give shout outs to Talos Gundam, because he has been really working his ass off trying to push to make sure that we're still able to have this convention. There have been others as well, but he has, to me, been one of the biggest voices out there as far as pushing to show that this con needs to happen, that this con should happen. So again, I got to give shout outs to him. Check out his page, check out his YouTube page, and just see what he has to offer. And again, I've said this before in other postings, he speaks the truth. So I really mean it when I say check him out. Now, as far as the game is concerned, back onto that subject, it's fun, especially if you're a Digimon fan. But you also got to be patient with it, because it is a traditional RPG. It's turn-based. You have to level up your Digimon, of course, getting them to grow, getting them to digivolve, also possibly giving them the ability to de-digivolve. And that's if you basically want to start all over. But the funny thing about with Digivolutions and De-Digivolutions is that when you do this, it starts over at level 1, but their stats are almost ridiculously up to the point where after 1 or 2 battles, they've already like leveled up like really quick, like extremely quick. You'll see a couple of the Digivolutions already, and one of the things that I also have to mention is that when I first started playing, they gave me a choice of 3 Digimon to choose from as far as to start off with. I decided to go with 1 because I just felt like I had to do this one. This one was for my brother. Shouts out to Static Lee 14, by the way. He's really been doing his thing. He hasn't really been doing anything as far as online, but he's still doing his thing as a chef. He does plan on putting some stuff out there later on, but right now he has a few things to take care of, and one of those things is getting ready to graduate with a bachelor's degree. So shouts out to him once again. Anyway, in honor of him, one of the Digimon that I chose was Terriermon, because this was one of his favorite ones when he was watching the show of season 3. He had a couple of others, but and I actually have one more that might be a favorite of his, but that probably won't show up until maybe another video. But you might have seen him once or twice, and you'll actually see him again later on. Terriermon is one of his favorite ones, and I find myself with between seasons, with a select few between the first 3 seasons, but I'm really gearing towards the ones that I know I really wanted, including some that I didn't even think that I could get to Digivolve into that particular Digimon. And the way, and getting back on subject, the way that works is that you can train them as they go with you through these dungeons. You can train them inside what's known as a Digifarm. You can get them to do different things. They can be trained to be fighters, more like searchers, or builders when it comes to searching for different cases or building different items and things that you could use, whether it be items, consumable items, items that will help you to increase your stats, you know, the whole RPG buff type thing. As far as the story itself, I guess the best way to describe it is that you're this guy that's online who turns into a hacker, a good hacker, and due to certain circumstances, you're actually separated from your body, which is like you have a digital form and then your real body is in a hospital somewhere after certain events that take place. I would have put them in there. I would have put them in this video, but it would have taken too long, and I probably wouldn't have been able to even be able to post it. So again, as far as your living avatar, I guess you could describe it as, you're trying to figure out exactly why you ended up this way, and along with this one lady who makes you her apprentice detective, you're basically solving mysteries and trying to figure out the mystery of your own and how you can get yourself back to normal. Of course, you have the ability to jump from the real world to the digital world, so that's kind of self-explanatory right there. The battles themselves, again, as I mentioned, are turn-based, so they turn out to be pretty easy, especially in the beginning. I haven't come across any really difficult ones except for one in particular that's in the video. And to stop real quick, as you can see, one of the things that I'm doing right now is getting my Digimon to Digivolve. Yes. And of course, this was one of the reasons why, this Digivolution right here was just one of the reasons why my brother enjoyed it. I mean, the little guy turns into a big guy with guns for hands. You really can't go wrong with that. And actually, this is another one of his, because if any of you that are Digimon fans out there are familiar with this particular Digimon, you know what rookie level it will Digivolve into. Yes. So of course there's that, which I've already done this already. In fact, it's already at its champion legend champion level right now. I just hadn't had the opportunity to take it out for a spin yet. But again, I was talking about the battles themselves. They start out pretty slow, practically one hit all the way through, but they do start to become a slight challenge as you go. But I guess I mainly focus on digivolving my Digimon, and there's usually a timer for how long you can have them in the farm to be a certain level before they can digivolve. And as far as that goes, as I may have mentioned before, they go back to level 1, but as they fight, they have more powerful moves, new moves, and of course they'll level up as well, but they'll level up at a much faster rate. Like if you look here, Gargomon is actually, yeah, he's already up to level 4. But when I first took him out of the when I made him digivolve, he was actually at level 1 in the beginning. And another thing about digivolving is that this was the difficult battle I was telling you about, which of course was a boss battle. But the other thing about digivolutions is that certain conditions still have to be met. Like certain stats might have to be to a certain point. Like for instance, I was able to finally get my Koromon to digivolve into an Agumon, but I wasn't able to do that until his what's known as CAM stats was at a certain percentage, like 15%. I had to get that up, which basically meant meeting that condition when I had him training in the farm, which really isn't much other than just feeding him so that the stats will go up. It's really not all that complicated as far as raising Digimon. If anything, it might be rather tedious, but again, when it comes to this game and it's being an RPG, it's definitely one for someone who has patience and is a Digimon fan. So it's not necessarily bad, but if there are some things that you don't mind when it comes to like grinding and having to go and do certain tasks, then you'll have fun with this. And I'm actually enjoying it so far. So hopefully when I have time, I'll be able to pick it up and play it again. A little bit of history when it comes to Digimon. I've mostly been playing the fighting games. Like the one that I played before was All-Star Rumble. It was okay. I wish that they had more Digimon to choose from, but it really wasn't all that cracked up to me. Then there was, I actually tried some of the other RPGs before, like the first Digimon game that came out on PlayStation. It wasn't all that great either. I mean, everything was so random. Especially when it came to trying to get your Digimon to digivolve. For example, I think that I had I forgot which one it was, but then when I made it digivolve into a champion level, it turned into a Numemon. Them little slug-like Digimon. Not only that, but it threw shit. I mean, it literally threw pink shit. But, hey, what are you gonna do? In any case, I think that this makes up for any other experience that I might have had with some of the past Digimon games. Now, of course, the fighting ones were fun. But, like I said before, you can give this one a try. And I'm actually enjoying it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.